For some people, there can be quite a harsh reality in facing life in your senior years. I turned 69 this year, and I guess not that far off 70, so getting up there a bit. But people my age, and perhaps even a bit older, often have some regrets about getting older. You can get to this stage of life and you might be carrying some excess weight, which is slowing you down. It saps your energy. Maybe you're on a list of medications that the doctor has given you, and you've got certain health conditions that you're faced with that are limiting what you can do. And you find that you're just not able to do many of the things that you thought you'd be able to do in your later years of retirement. On top of this, there can be other issues. There can be family issues where there's some fractured relationships in your family, with your kids or with your grandkids or whatever it may be. You might be suffering some form of anxiety or just a lack of fulfillment and purpose in life. So today, I just wanted to spend a few moments in this video, quite unscripted today. I just want to share from my heart about some of these issues when you're growing older. And I wanted to give you 5 suggestions on what you might do to really pick your life up and to get off that that place where you are now to bring transformation into your life, even in your older years. And I really believe it's possible, or I wouldn't be making this video and certainly wouldn't be running my YouTube channel. I believe that real change is possible. The first thing I think you've got to do when you're faced with this situation, and this is true for anyone of any age really, but particularly for older people that have stacked on the weight a bit and got some health conditions and some medications and so on starting to happen in their life, I think the first starting point is to change what you eat. This is so important because what we eat has a huge impact upon our health. And so many of the diseases that we're faced with today, our diet is such a key component of that. Now, your doctor won't tell you that because the doctor is trained to prescribe medicine. They are puppets of Big Pharma. You've got to learn something about nutrition yourself. For me, I found that when I stopped eating carbs and adopted the carnivore diet, that my weight came off, I got off medications, and I just felt so much better. But change what you eat. Get rid of the carbs, get rid of the sugar, get rid of the seed oils, get rid of the highly processed food. Stop eating anything in a box with a barcode on it. Eat real food. I think that's number 1. Number 2 is I would say to you to get outside. It doesn't really matter what you do outside, whether it's gardening or a game of golf or a hike or a walk around the lake nearby you, or you get out on a bike, or I like to get out in a canoe and go paddling on a river or in a lake somewhere. But look, you've just got to get outside, get moving, because I believe that outside is where the magic happens. So just get outside and try something in the great outdoors. You're going to get vitamin D, you're going to get fresh air, you're going to get sun, so many great things. Plus you get your body moving, because you've got to get that whole body of yours moving. Speak for yourself, you might say, and case taken. But you've got to move the body, not just eat right food, but move your body. The next thing I would say is to try something new. I've been doing this a little bit in the last 12 months. I've tried a few new things. I've added a sauna, a morning sauna to my routine. I actually invested some money and bought a home sauna, and it's been fantastic. So each morning I do a hot sauna, and I follow that up by having a cold plunge. Maybe not your thing, but my point is to try something new. Try earthing. Try forest bathing, try some breath work, get onto Wim Hof stuff and try some of his breathing exercises, or just try meditation and some slow breathing. And these things really work, but think outside the box. If you've never done these things before, it doesn't matter, have a go. It might just be the key that you need to change your life. So that's my third point, try something new. Now, number 4, I wanted to talk about relationships in your life. This is so important because so many people, particularly later in life, live with regret that there's some key relationships in their life that are fractured. Or if they're not fractured, they're just not what they should be. They're a bit cold and a bit distant. So many people live with family tension. And I want to say to you, look, as much as it's up to you, get it sorted out. Be prepared to say, I'm sorry, or to put yourself in that position. Now, there's a verse in the Bible that says, do whatever you can, whatever is up to you to sort out these issues. Now, it's not always totally up to you, but for you, you do your part to restore that relationship, to restore a connection, make a phone call, make contact, take time to have a coffee with someone, restore these relationships. They are so important. They're not worth the energy and the drama of continuing. See what you can do to sort relationships out, be it a friendship, be it a past employer even, or but particularly when it's your family. Family is just everything. It's so important. The last thing I want to say to you is what's really on my heart, and that is to reconnect with your faith. Now, hear me out on this one, because it's really something I feel strongly about. Many people in the age group I'm talking about, say people over 60 like myself, somewhere in your past, you've got a faith connection somewhere. Maybe you went to church or Sunday school as a kid, or your mum went, or whatever it was. Most of us have some connection, and for many people, it's of the past. It's not present. And I want to encourage you to reconnect with your spirituality, your faith. Now, all I'm saying is to, make your life purpose something bigger than yourself. Recognize that there is a bigger purpose than just you. I think of that verse where Jesus said in the Gospels, unless a grain of wheat falls into the ground and dies, it remains a single seed. And if you don't invest your life in something bigger and greater than yourself, you're going to remain a single seed, and it's a miserable way to live. For me, it's developing a real connection with God. Now, maybe you've been hurt by the church. Maybe you had some bad experiences. I'm not even saying go back to church, but reconnect with your faith. Whatever that means for you, get the Bible out again and read, and to learn again how to pray and how to commit your way and your path forward in life to the Lord. These things are very real to me and very significant. And honestly, look, in this age in which we live, I don't know how I would cope without my faith. They say it's just a crutch for weak people. Well, maybe so, but I'm a weak person, and I need that stability. And I found my faith more and more significant to me as I've got older. And just knowing that there's, my life is joined together with someone greater than I, and I can connect with him. In my case, I'm talking about God, my relationship with God. And I just think, forgive me for sounding like a preacher here. I was a preacher long ago, but those days are long past. But I just want to encourage you to do that. So look, thanks for hearing me out today. I really want you to thrive in this later part of life. So, eat proper food. Change what you eat, get outside in the fresh air, try some new things, whatever that may be, reconnect with broken relationships, get those family issues sorted out, and just enjoy whatever time you've got left, and reconnect with your faith. Get in touch with some spirituality, recognizing that that's such an important part of life. So look, thanks for watching today. I will see you on the next video, and until then, you keep telling your story and make these final years of your life really count. God bless.